ABC News.
G'day. Yeah, if you are a lover of chocolate, well, you better be prepared to pay for your sweet fix because it's getting harder to come by. A lack of supply has had a popular local business take to Facebook to deliver the sad news.
Mike here from Feel Good Bananas in Mission Beach, making this video because we have got some bad news to share. Over the coming months, there's going to be a shortage of Feel Good Bananas. Not because of bananas, that's fine, but because of a worldwide chocolate shortage. That's been getting worse over the last 18 months. The price for chocolate has gone up and up and up. It's about double now what it was about 2 years ago. We've been paying that. We've been absorbing as much as we can. We've been passing a little bit on to consumers. But the chocolate shortage has gotten so bad that at the moment we're being told that we just can't get any. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Mike McGrath's delicious bananas, which have become such a trademark for Mission Beach. But could the tropical treats days be numbered? Mike will be able to tell you about that in just a moment. We're going to be talking about the impact of a global shortage in that precious commodity, chocolate.
Spend an hour in the life of someone else. A restaurant happened firebombed.
I'm an infantry soldier.
Before I walked on stage,
18 months in an iron lung.
You can't help but get drawn in. Conversations, this morning from 11 on ABC Radio.
Forget gold. Could chocolate become the world's most valuable commodity? Chocolate lovers have been on edge a bit lately. This follows a steep decline in global chocolate supplies. The cocoa growing mecca of West Africa has been embattled with plant diseases, some aging trees, and also other production challenges. And in a classic case of supply and demand, this shortage has really driven prices higher. And it's not only chocolate juggernauts who are feeling the pinch. Mick McGrath thought he'd hit the jackpot when he discovered the winning combination of frozen tropical bananas coated in delicious chocolate. Mick, your feel-good bananas have become popular treats for locals and visitors alike on the Kasserine Coast. You've been going through some tough times, though. Say it isn't true that you might even have to close the doors.
Well, Charlie, we're hoping that that's not going to be the case, but all the evidence in front of us suggests that it might be. Really, every challenge is an opportunity. It's just a case of us now. We're having to cast our net further afield, and I'm planning some trips to Bali and also potentially to South America to see if I can actually go out there to the source and find some large-scale chocolate manufacturers in those countries where it's all made and see if I can get them to supply us directly. But if we're going to do that, really no idea how that process works. It's just a case of jumping in with 2 feet and having a go. But that's really the only course of action that we're left with.
Mick, that is a business trip that I'd be happy to make myself available for, just saying. But I shouldn't be flippant because you have been turning yourself inside out over the last few months trying to keep your bananas on the shelf, but that's become increasingly difficult. What have you been experiencing?
So we normally go through about a metric ton of chocolate every 6 weeks, something like that, with our Feel Good Bananas at the scale that we're at now. And we're down to 300 kilos. We've had to lay off a couple of our casual staff so we can stretch that 300 kilos out for as long as possible. We've got about another 4 to 6 weeks of manufacturing left. We've got the possibility, and it's been put to us as a possibility, of 1 more ton that we can get our hands on in a few months' time. But then they said that'll be it for the year. And that ton that we can get our hands on is close to $40,000. It's close to double what we were paying 2 years ago. So it's like we can put the price up and the supply another few months. But yeah, that's what we face. So we've really got no alternative but to try and find a whole new supply chain, and that's going to involve going direct to the source.
So you've basically been kind of petering out or eking out your production. I mean, what's that look like for retailers and vendors who usually can't get enough?
Well, that video that I put on Facebook is sort of the first way that we're going to share that with them, really. It's, my retailers have all seen the price of chocolate go up in the last couple of years. They've seen our price have to go up in the last couple of years. And I just didn't want to give them that news again. I didn't want to write to them or phone them up and say, hey, guess what? We're going up again, and it's really out of our control. So I made that video just explaining the situation to everybody, our consumers, our retailers, and anybody that loves our product, so that they can see for themselves the position that we're at.
Mick McGrath speaking to you about how tricky it's become trying to keep up supplies of those popular feel-good bananas against a backdrop of a global chocolate shortage, which is it has really hit the top end of town as well. I noticed that Cadbury are now charging about twice as much for a block of chocolate as well. So you're not Robinson Crusoe on this, but I guess when it comes to your niche product, it's not like you can just pivot to something else.
No, indeed. No, the combination that we've got works. We focused day one on creating the best quality, healthiest, most natural product that we could create. So the chocolate that we use is organic. It's got 70% cacao in it. It really is top quality. And while one option might be to reduce the quality of our product, get compound chocolate or some cheap substitute, we just ruled that out. Like, it's, I'd rather close down for 6 months and then start again and relaunch, if that's what it comes to, rather than compromise on the quality and the integrity of the product and the reputation that our brand has managed to build. Like, we sell these things all the way down as far as Tasmania now, and we're constantly getting feedback through our socials and customers just saying how much they love them, what a difference they've made in their lives, literally, to people's lives, having a real healthy, natural alternative that they can pick up in a gas station or a convenience store sometimes. And we don't want to compromise on that just in order to stay in business. So it's really tough decisions,
What about sourcing from local cocoa growers? There's an emerging industry in far north Queensland. I think in the past you've said that is price prohibitive, but has the change in the market changed that equilibrium for you to the point where you might consider a locally homegrown option?
We would love nothing more than to buy all of our chocolate from North Queensland, but we have the potential to grow it here. In fact, some of my banana farmers over the years have sort of prodded me a little bit about it. But hey, well, what do you think about us growing chocolate? I'm like, great idea, go for it. But it's apparently something like 5 years from planting to harvesting when you first get into chocolate. It's a long-term decision, and they haven't made that decision yet, so it's not happening at scale. The growers and producers, we've got not a lot, we've got a few bean to bar, like farm to plate. We've got a few bean to bar chocolate producers in North Queensland, like Charlie's in Mission Beach. And again, we'd love to be able to buy from those guys or any of the other North Queensland guys. But the scale that they're producing at, I don't know this for a fact, but it's not much of an exaggeration to say that we probably buy more than they make already. They've got a premium, high-quality Australian product, and the demand for their product pretty much outstrips the supply that they can produce. So they're not that excited about the idea of selling to us in bulk when they can sell it direct to the consumer and have their own brand and their own chocolate. The whole bean to bar thing.
Yep. No, it makes sense. Mick McGrath, we're going to hear a little bit more about the potential for local growers, but Yeah, thank you for joining us on the Brekkie table this morning and telling us how difficult it has become for you to feel good about your bananas just at the moment. But hopefully things might turn around if you can get overseas and find some new suppliers. So keep us posted.
Thanks, Charlie.